Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Virgo. So, Virgo, as usual, I'm doing a reading with my own tarot deck, so the cards that you see are from this deck. So, Virgo, your reading starts with this very beautiful message of having luck on your side, which is, a very beautiful thing. But I feel like there is guidance here in terms of how well you use this luck, or how aware you are that, through your path ahead, the guidance will come in disguise. So it's like the guidance is follow the beauty in disguise, because I feel like there's something that is going to be not tricky to maneuver through, but it's like you will have to be very clear and conscious and aware and very mindful of how you proceed forward and how you let go of doubt. But also it's like letting go of doubt takes off the pressure, or takes off, lightens the load, right? It lightens the weight on your shoulders. And I feel like also the less part here, it's coming through like in order for you to arrive in this maybe lucky situation, lucky place, lucky opportunity, it's not that, luck is there. That's also something important in your reading. Luck is with you through your process to get wherever you're going, right? But in order to get to this place, it feels like you have to strip down of every bit of doubt, any bit of it's like you have to be, it's interesting. I was going to say courageous, but it's not courageous as in like, um, you need to, be very active and defensive or anything like that, or be bold. Actually, it's coming through as very gentle and very graceful. It's like you have to proceed in a very smooth and soft manner, so that you don't miss on the guidance, right? So that you don't it's like listening to the voice of your intuition, but speaking in a very soft way, almost as if it's the breeze, right? It's like follow the breeze. So let's see the cards. We're beginning with the Star card. And so when I was shuffling, the question that kept in my mind, for you, Virgo, was what is in store for you? What do you need to know? But basically, what is in store for you? But here, when this card flew off the deck in a very smooth and gentle way, it was talking about the companion that you will have in this journey ahead, Virgo, is Star. In a sense, it's like luck, right? Luck is on your side, which is a very good thing, because I feel like there is this bright star that it's like for you, I want to say, is unmistakable, because it's like you are very attentive, you are very mindful. The Four of Swords, this card is talking about the direction of the wind. This is where I was picking up the breeze. So the moment that you realize that you are receiving very potent guidance and that luck is on your side, it's like this traveling companion, right? Travel buddy. The Star is your travel buddy, is the energy. And maybe we are talking about higher guidance. Maybe we are talking about, an angel, some sort of spirit guide or something like that, that it's like you feel the presence, you feel the shift in the air, because you are so, it's like this is the type of awareness that you have. The Four of Swords is just talking about the moment that you shut down all of the noise outside and you tune into your inner voice, or your inner guidance. It's like this is when you are really, really able to listen to this, to hear this voice of the Star, right? And to the voice of your guardian angel, or, you know, whoever or whatever this star is representing for you. So this Four of Swords is talking about the clear direction, and because it's the number 4, to me it has a lot of structure, but it's not a rigid structure, right? It's not the Four of Pentacles. It's something that is very airy. But the reason why I say that this is resembling some type of structure, it's just because it's reliable. It's something that you know that you can, you know, put your faith in it, is what I just heard. It's like you can trust where the wind will take you, where the breeze guides you to. And maybe there are going to be tricky points or, you know, challenges because of the 10 of Wands, that if you continue listening to yourself, but also if you follow, okay, so what I heard with this 10 of Wands was follow the beauty in disguise. There's something that is, it's not that obvious, right? It's like you have to tune in, you have to quiet your mind, you have to shut down all of the external voices, right? So it's like tune in so that you can, it's like, the way that I'm seeing this, to be honest, it's like very literally close your eyes. Close your eyes, because there's something that you need to feel instead of see. And here, you know, maybe also not just feel, but also hear, depending on, you know, if you do have your own psychic abilities, Virgo, and that's what you're, you know, maybe this is what we're talking about, right? You are trying to get to a point where you are perfecting or improving your psychic abilities, but there are, it's like the like this process of perfecting your abilities, it's like, and tuning in, it needs to be done in a very subtle way, because it's going to be mixed with things that are generally, you know, overlooked, right? It's like, because the way that I'm seeing this, it's like you're this one here. The one that is in front of you could be this. Okay, so could be this. The Devil, right? So there's something about this, maybe about the journey itself, maybe just because, you know, if there is this improvement of your abilities, and it's a very subtle thing that you need to be very aware of. It's like that, okay, so it's that voice that if you're not aware of what your voice sounds like in your mind, then you won't be able to differentiate it from an external voice or your ego's voice, or, you know, maybe some sort of entity or guide that is coming through, right? I'm just talking about this because referring back to that Q&A with Matthias Stefano that I watched 2 days ago, that I mentioned in the Leo reading yesterday, one of the questions was, how do I know the difference between my own voice? So it was talking about channeling, right? So channeling beings, star beings. How do you know the difference between your own voice and, you know, another entity's voice? There is this difference either in personality, in tone, in frequency, whatever, right? So maybe if we are talking about channeling star beings, right, and you need to be very still and very prepared, it's almost like the more you feel comfortable and safe and protected in this stillness or in this path, the more you will be able to differentiate what is true, what is pure, what is like the essence of the guidance, right? And what could be this disguise, could be this deception, could be something that is not you, right? But knowing to see between the lines, knowing to find, it's like if you give yourself time, right, and patience to work out what are the steps that what are the guidances, what are the instructions that you are really following. It's like you will be able to differentiate between the guidance of the star and the guidance of the devil. Because there's something about the misunderstanding of the devil, right? If you think of the devil as this personified creature that is there to threaten you, or to provoke you, or to remove you from this path, then I feel like this is the way to be mistaken, the way to be fooled by it or tricked by it, right? If you see it for what it actually is, it's like if you see this Ten of Wands as the path of flowers that I often see, but the flowers haven't yet bloomed, therefore you have to envision it, right? It's almost like it's almost like the job of an architect, right? Just because I have my own background in architecture, it's like you have to envision that whole place, that whole environment. You have to imagine it in your mind before it comes to life, right? So this is how you follow this guidance, and how you are not deceived, how you are not tricked into believing that you are going to, fall off track or something like that. Because seeing the beauty in disguise, it's almost like the beauty is there. It's just that it's not obvious. It's not going to be, popping up as an outdoor with fleshy colors and, bright lights and all of that, saying, this is the trick, this is the threat. It's like you have to be very mindful, but you are, because it's like you are tuning into your own frequency, tuning into your own voice, to your own guidance. It's like you're able to distinguish in a sense, and to, it's like, pick up on what is unique about this star voice, about what is unique about this luck, right? It's because it's like, that luck is your companion. So know it, get to know it. Let yourself be very familiar with the characteristics that are coming from the star. And that's how you'll know when you are, in a sense, in a crossroads, right? I almost, this white space here feels like, a crossroads where you could have, this path that is very different than this, but this is how this devil tricks you, or tricks us, right, as the collective. Because the way that I was seeing this, it's like this, you see here how there's only, okay, because I was going to say what I heard, but maybe it's best if I explain first. There's this one very precarious and very delicate point of connection, right? But the way that I was seeing this is that this bottom part here, this bottom connection, was also at some point connected, but it got disconnected, right? So what I heard was the devil is hanging by a thread, right? It's like, and maybe that's the threat, right? It's like, because they are feeling threat. And I don't want to characterize the devil as a person, because I don't feel like that. It's almost like a reality, or how mixed things are in our mind in this 3D reality, right? But it's just because things got disconnected, and this reality, or this distorted way of perceiving reality, is hanging by a thread. But the way that this is part of how you're going to find beauty, right? How you're going to see beyond this disguise, how you're going to see beyond, maybe that's the thing. It's like the treacherous path, where like the icky energy, right? Or maybe just the fear that is installed here. It's just because it's hanging by a thread. So it's like the reality as we know is hanging by a thread because it's been disconnected, because it's been upside down or, you know, distorted in some way. So seeing beyond that, seeing beyond that disguise of fear, of threat, of, you know, unhealthy habits or whatever it is, it's just because there's something that is disconnected. And that creates the illusion, I want to say, that things are hard because you're always, you know, in between two things, right? It's like, or you are always in a crossroads, or, you know, we tend to think that we are always in a position where we have to choose between this or that, which is, you know, the theme that has been coming up in the readings. And so I feel like there's something about the connection. The moment that this point is connected, then we will realize that is only one path and it's continuous, right? It's like it's not divided. It's not two things. It's only one thing that got disconnected. And now, because it's just hanging by a thread, it feels threatening, right? It feels very delicate to cross, to be in the crossroads, right? Because it's like there's only one very small point of contact. But I want to say, because luck is on your side, the card that is coming next with the Knight of Cups, I feel like you know that no matter how tricky this situation is, because it seems like, you know, imagine this as like this wire, right? And you have to cross over to the other side. But you know that this is very delicate, that you need to see beyond the disguise. You need to see beyond the challenge. You need to see the beauty that is about to blossom there, right? And trusting that, you know, you will find luck. Luck is in your heart, right? The way that this Knight of Cups was showing up, it's like ready for the task, right? It's like he's putting the helmet, so it's like he's ready for this challenge, to face this treacherous path, to face this very delicate passage where things could, you know, collapse or could fall off, right? In a sense, if you were, you know, in a very delicate position and, you know, you have your own weight. That's the thing. Okay. Oh my God. I just love when things connect. That's the thing. Okay. So more than that, the moment that you allow yourself to go through this devilish energy, which you're not seeing as the threat because you're seeing beyond this, the disguise, because there's fear in losing. I don't want to personify this energy, but it feels like the easiest way to explain this. It's like they are fearful of losing integrity or, you know, disconnecting completely. And it's like, there's fear about the disconnection, but because of that, it's like fear just feeds itself, right? And so I feel like there's something about you crossing over despite the fear, right? Going through the fear of, you know, falling off or something like that, because you're seeing the beauty that is behind. You're seeing the real reason why this fear is here, right? Why the threat is here, and how you are, with your own courage, with your own, you know, trust in your heart, trust in the luck that is guiding you. You are connecting it, but in order to do so, you have to travel very lightly. So the Page of Wands here, it's talking about how you have to let go of any sort of unnecessary baggage, right? It's like, if you're preparing for something that feels very threatening and you know that you have to be, you know, you have to carry this heavy armor with you, which is also something that has been coming up. It's like, if you trust in your heart, you won't need this. You won't need the defensive mechanism. It's like, even though this is very delicate, the message here from the Page of Wands is that in order for you to, through the challenging moments, you are going to be the thing that makes the flowers bloom. It's like, it's of course a metaphor, but it's like your courage to, and not only your courage, right, but the trust in your guidance, to cross over, right, is helping you to mend this disconnection, right? It's like it's helping to create this bridge that is going to connect this. And instead of being something that is deceitful, it's actually going to be like the blooming of this path, right? It's like the transformation about how, you know, people usually perceive the devil or the Ten of Wands, right, as something very burdensome. It doesn't have to be that way. And so, but you have to be the one who is courageous enough to let go of the armor and travel lightly. It's like, this is like, you know, let go of the armor, trust in your heart, but expose your heart, because this is what is going to make all of the beautiful flowers bloom along this path, right? And mending this path. So here, with these two cards coming next, this is where these two cards flew together. So the Ace of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. This is when I feel like you arrive wherever you are going, but with a clear guidance still in mind, right? It's like there's something about how much you trust your spirit team, your inner voice, the voice of this luck that is on your side, that is traveling there with you, giving you the necessary stability, but more than that, just the confidence perhaps, right? And just the basic structure so that you can realize the things for what they are, instead of, you know, spiraling down into this fear, right? So here, it seems like the moment that you strip down of the need to prepare for battle, in a sense, and defend yourself, the moment that you expose yourself, the moment that you are completely vulnerable, because you know that you're trusting the thing that is most important for you, because it's your truth, or the truth of the guidance that you're receiving from the star, right? That is shining so brightly that it gives you, in a sense, the innocence and this courageous move, but very vulnerable and very exposed, but also very open, right? It's like facing the devil with your page energy, or with no baggage, right? And that is, you know, what mends this path, which is now split into two, but actually it's just one. And that's the reason why the fear is there, the apparent threat is there, is because things are broken. So things are divided in this reality, right? Polarized, perhaps, if you want to see it that way. But if you mend that, if you go with your very innocent being, carrying no baggage, right? Meaning carrying no maybe grudges from the past. It's like just following one simple guidance, which is leading you to the Five of Pentacles, which is, I want to say, the place where you belong, right? Where you are, where you're going to find, you know, maybe this lucky strike or this lucky opportunity. But like, really, what is lucky about this Five of Pentacles is you arriving in yourself. I often say that the fives, to me, especially being the Five of Pentacles, talks about the individual self, but with integrity. And I want to say that integrity is already with you with the Four of Swords. You trust even in the things that you cannot see, because you are tuning into your own energy, to this guidance, right? And so there's something about you trusting it so much that you, even though you are very vulnerable, you are exposed, you don't feel threatened. You don't feel threatened. It's like you overcome that, right? It's like you see the beauty in disguise, and therefore you arrive in this place, which I want to say, it's more like this inner state, right? This state of being yourself that is it's filled with integrity, right? Integrity and truth and luck, right? So I don't know exactly what this is for you. I feel like it could play out in different ways. Perhaps we are talking about psychic abilities. Maybe we are talking about a place, like a real place. But it really doesn't matter because it's about the integrity of self and you feeling like yourself, right? Wholeheartedly and also innocent and also like trusting your truth. So Virgo, I am going to pull more cards for you as well as the astrological runes. So if you want to join me in the extended reading, you can follow the link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.